Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Shonen Chomp. My name is Chris, and this is Steve. If it sounds like we're underwater, that's because we are.
We're in Rapture.
We're
it's
in
a
Rapture.
video game, but
This is a mostly anime podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Shonen Chomp. You can follow us on YouTube at Shonen Chomp. iTunes is Chomp Chain Podcast, and I think that about does it. For audio-only listeners, Steve's hand is on my knee. I know
you can't tell either.
Video can't tell either, but I know you were wondering, and that correct. You're correct in who knows. So, what's up, Steve?
Nothing.
How are things going?
Pretty good.
It's really good to get, I don't know,
It's been like 3 weeks.
It has been like 3 weeks. I apologize for the wait. It's, we've been very busy with different things. Like, Skyrim came out last Friday, so that was kind of 2 Fridays ago.
Birthday.
It was my birthday, so I'm even older now, meaning like even more too old for anime. But here I am. So what do you want to talk about this week, Steve?
Probably anime.
Were you thinking that? I was thinking that. That's funny, man.
Wow.
We're always on the same wavelength with these things.
Right.
It's crazy.
Like this,
the audience
like
is really digging it, I think.
Like this.
Our chemistry's tight like that. So, I guess if you want to start with current stuff. Now, I wanted to. Well, I'm going to say we for this, but I was just saying it, and Steve was like, "Yeah, that's fine." I'm thinking for the podcast, we're going to start doing news, like a news segment, like, "Hey, these are things that are happening in the world of anime," and then we're going to each do a segment on a recommended manga and a recommended anime, depending on what we're feeling at the time. And then we'll just do other random shit as we go. I did prepare a quiz for you, Steve, but then I didn't finish it, so I didn't actually prepare it. I just started to prepare it. So next episode, I have a quiz for you. I could give you what I had so far, and you'll get every question right. I bet.
We'll wait. I guess for you to finish it.
So a little fun anime quiz. So if anybody listening has fun trivia questions, DM them to me. Send them directly to me. Don't send them to Steve. Don't send them just at Shonen Chomp. Send them to at Local Bones on Twitter. Otherwise you'll spoil everything for Steve. But anyway, a couple news items that I wanted to talk about.
No.
Only 2 things. So, a couple episodes ago, I talked about the manga Nichijou. My jacket fell, don't worry, but don't be alarmed.
I'm alarmed.
Nichijou.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy manga, and there is an anime of it, and it's been out forever. But there's been no official release of it anywhere, or stream of it. It's not on Crunchyroll, Netflix, any of these things. It's just out in ether somewhere. But it was recently announced for distribution, like Blu-ray distribution in the US. I don't know if it's getting picked up for streaming anywhere, but I'm definitely buying that because I'm a huge fan of that manga. I think I described it before. It's mostly like just crazy comedy stuff about ridiculous things happening in a school. And I don't want to call it like a school-type anime. Because it's not.
I know we talked about it where I brought up the part the dude wrestles the deer.
Yeah, a dude wrestles a deer, like a deer is involved, there's a robot involved, there's rocket launchers involved, it's pretty crazy. Mostly 4-panel style, like...
4 coma.
What is it called?
4 coma.
4 coma.
Which is basically 4 panel.
Okay. I'm glad that we have that distinction. Yeah, that's finally getting at least a US release, so that's cool. The other item of news, which might be more interesting to people, I don't know.
Is you quitting?
Is that I quit podcasts. Then fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
No birds in the house.
Well, I think last time that we recorded, I said that Crunchyroll was picking up Dragon Ball Super finally after like a year.
The news is they're not.
Yeah, the news. So turns out I was wrong. I was actually wrong about saying that Goku's voice actor was 89 years old. It turns out they were 79 years old, and now they're 80, and they are a lady. So that's why Goku sounds like Mickey Mouse in the Japanese version.
I've never heard him.
Well, yeah, take my word for it.
I believe you. Can't go, dude.
Same. So, Crunchyroll was simulcasting, and then they were slowly adding the old episodes. I think most of it should be on there by now, by the time that this goes out. But Funimation has now also picked up Dragon Ball Super for their digital streaming, because now they're partners, so they're basically the same thing. And Funimation has now finally announced that they're doing the dub for it. And Dragon Ball is one of the few things where I think, at least in the West, is like unanimously considered better than the Japanese
The dub?
Yeah, the dub is just, I mean, but granted, Dragon Ball Z is a little bit different because it's something that a lot of people grew up with, so we're all kind of adjusted to it, but I also fall on that. I think that I prefer
I've never heard of Japanese
voice cast. Everybody just sounds like
pretty sure they're
little
both
kids.
honestly garbage.
They're probably both honestly garbage, but Goku and Vegeta, they're just like, I feel like those are in everybody's brains. You got Piccolo, same guy as Vegeta?
In Japanese or in English?
In English. Same fella. You know that?
Yeah, I believe it.
I bet you did. But a lot of people do that.
I didn't know it, but I believe it.
So that's finally getting an English dub, so that's cool. And that's... Also, that manga is finally coming out in May, the Dragon Ball Super manga. 20 years later, there's more Dragon Ball.
In my eye.
That's great.
I mean, has there ever really stopped being Dragon Ball, though?
No. No, this is canon now, though. Because Akira Toriyama is involved. He wasn't involved with a lot of the other stuff.
Still making those Dragon Quests?
Yeah, I think he's still making them. But
yeah, he is.
So that's all I have for news. I don't know if you have anything for news. Any,
I can't think of anything.
When's Attack on Titan Season 2 start?
2017?
That's great.
I think. I don't know. I lied to you. Could be lying to you.
So what have you been watching?
We'll get closer.
It's your turn to talk.
I just realized that my head was, like, cut off this whole time.
You go.
Back to back.
Go back to back. So what have you been watching? I haven't been talking too much.
Same stuff as last time. Nothing really new.
What's that?
Stop it. Don't do that. Izetta the Last Witch and Kiss Him Not Me. Did you finally watch Kiss Him Not Me?
I watched episode 1 of Kiss Him Not Me. It was as delightful as you described.
Should be caught up, dude. It's been getting better and better every episode.
6 episodes on now? 5?
6.
4.
I think 7. 3?
Too many.
I think 7's this Saturday. It also comes out at like 11:45.
At night?
No, like, I think AM.
Oh, really?
It doesn't matter, but it's still like that's like the weirdest. It might be at night. I don't know. It's a weird time anyway.
It is a weird time.
What half-an-hour show comes out at 11:45?
Wait, like, it comes out at 11:45 in Japan?
Well, it's simulcast, so it means it must come
Yeah, that's weird.
at like whatever 45 in Japan, and then 11:45 here.
Who knows?
Unless they simulcast it like a few minutes, like 15 minutes later.
Yeah, maybe there's a
It would
delay.
make more sense, but still, wouldn't you just do it like half hour?
I think it's the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the Earth's rotation slows down the time.
You would be right about the Earth is flat, so.
That's okay. That's it. So that's it for Kiss Him Not Me. How is the show holding up? Because you described episode 1 to me, and I watched it, and it was everything that you said.
I know. I don't lie.
But
I don't lie about these things.
what is how is it held up?
Still good. Still funny.
Is it pulling on your heartstrings at all?
A little bit. It's more comedy, I feel like, than heartstring pulley. There's some stuff, but it's mostly I'm just like, I'm having a good time and laughing.
You're having a good time laughing, sure.
You know, people are being goofy, and I'm like, oh you just touched my foot.
I'm sorry, I was just tickling Steve's feet.
You
My apologies.
That's why I was laughing, actually. The only thing, like, I know that no matter how it's going to end, at least the show, because it's still going on as a manga.
Yeah.
She won't get any of them, because that's just how it's going to happen. Because that way you leave it open if there's season 2, or
oh yeah,
doesn't. They don't know.
They never end up with anybody.
But I really hope she doesn't end up with any of them.
I thought Senpai was the good one. Is he still the good one?
Listen to me. He is still the good one. But I love them all.
You love them all
equally. Wouldn't be able to handle her picking one of them over the other.
You don't have a best boy?
Listen. They're all. Here's the thing. If she picks one of them,
okay,
you know that they're all accepted. They're like, well, you know.
Yeah, they're all accepted.
We love you, so it doesn't matter. We want you to be happy.
Same.
But I won't be happy.
Oh.
Because that means 3 of them will actually be sad.
True.
And it's like, I don't care if best boy
wins.
What
if, so, the anime is about a girl who's obsessed with, yaoi.
Yeah.
Boy on boy love. What if the boys, there are 4 boys, what if the boys all end up together?
That's fine. I just don't want her to pick any of them.
What is she gonna do? She can date her friend?
She can date anybody else she wants that's not one of them.
Okay.
Because it would crush me.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, because it's just like, I like them all, so it's like, you know, you'd be happy because she picked the one she really likes, and they'd all be like, yeah, we accept your decision. But then deep down, I'd be like, 3 of you are miserable, and now I'm miserable.
Do you think you could just give me like a quick descript of each boy? Maybe help the audience decide who they would want to choose?
Have I already talked about all of them?
Yeah, but I want you to just give me a fun, real rundown, like we're on like a dating show.
Senpai.
Oh, solid dude.
Solid dude. Liked her, or was friends with her before she lost all the weight.
And he immediately recognized her after she lost all the weight. That's important.
Recognized her. Yeah. He was like, oh yeah, of course it's you. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and I know it's you. Super nice, supportive of her being an otaku. Or, yeah, I guess she's a yaoi otaku. Good dude, all around good dude. Super tall, which People like. Real nice, gentle, soft voice.
Oh yeah.
Great taking care of people. Take care
Sure.
of the other dude. Then we'll go with Kohai, because there's the two who
Kohai, younger boy.
yeah, younger boy, who, for some reason I can't remember the two of their names. I like them, don't remember their
Yeah, I
names.
bet they're Japanese. Safe bet.
You would be surprised.
Ooh.
No, they're Japanese.
Okay. So what's his? Is he a little bit spicy?
Yeah. Yes, yep, that's what
He's a little bit spicy. Okay.
He's mean, hated her when she was fat, only likes her for her looks, pretty much.
So. Why do you like this boy?
I mean, I don't. I mean,
Is he
I
like?
don't dislike him. He's funny.
Okay. Oh, he's funny. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's funny as a character. He's not funny in the show.
He's not. He's not a nice boy.
He's not really nice.
But he's a great character.
You know he's going to be eventually.
Yeah, he's good. She's got to break the ice around his heart.
Yeah, basically.
Or teach him the value of what's on the inside. Something like that.
I don't think
right?
he likes what's on her insides at all.
Ooh, gross. What do we got next? Sports boys.
Yeah, the sports boys.
I believe there's 2 sports boys, if I'm correct.
I'm pretty sure one of them is a former sports boy.
Okay, so, excuse me, I'd like to make a quick correction. I previously stated that they were sports boys. I'd like to take that back. There's only one sports boy.
Well, I don't remember.
And one former sports boy. I apologize. I won't let it happen again.
You better not. You should honestly just leave.
I don't want to.
Okay.
It's too hard to get out of this chair.
The 2 I remember. Nanashima.
Nanashima. I said it right the first time. I feel like.
I feel like you didn't. He's important because he's the one that looks like her favorite anime character.
Oh, yes.
He's the bad boy.
He's the bad. Okay.
He's the one that's like.
I could have guessed that.
He's the one that's like, why are you trying so hard to play soccer if you're terrible at it? And then secretly he's like, well, she's trying really hard. I should probably help her.
Oh, he seems nice.
He is also really shallow though, and is only to her for her looks.
He's a bad boy for a reason.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Something's going on with him. There's some in the old ticker.
Yeah, he's former sports boy.
Doki.
And we got Igarashi, who's current sports boy.
Igarashi, he sounds intense.
He's the one with the dark hair. Darker, because none of them, I think, besides him, actually have like black hair, and his is like purplish black, bluish black, whatever. He was also only into her looks, but he's starting to come around to being like, you know what? I like your personality too.
It sounds like Senpai's the best choice all around.
Basically.
So I mean, that's what I would choose.
Yeah, you don't understand.
I don't. No, you're right. I don't.
You missed the episode where it's like...
Oh, I didn't miss it. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're all like, hanging out together, and then all of a sudden they're like, wait a second. Why are we hanging out together? We don't even like each other. We're just here for her. And then it gets all sad, and I'm like, I'm weeping. Literally, where's my... I don't threw my thing over there, but I was like, wiping my shorts. And then they were like, you know what? It is fun to be together. We're all friends.
Oh, they realized the power of
friendship. And then I was like, I love you guys.
This weird nerd girl made them all friends. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Alright, show over.
Show over. It's done.
Indeed.
5 episodes.
Indeed, kiss him, not me. That's it. It's a show about friendship in the end.
Basically. Friendship and boy love.
Friendship and boy love.
That's my favorite part about it. It's just like the senpai just being oblivious to all, like, everything, basically. Spoilers for episode 6. I'm going to spoil a little bit of it.
Ep 6 spoils?
It's not that big. I mean, it's big.
Okay, sure.
But, so she gains some weight again.
She goes back to her former self.
She goes back to being chubby for a bit. And they end up, there's a bunch of, I'll skip all the shenanigans, because there's a bunch of shenanigans in the middle, but they decide in the end, best way to get her to lose weight is to give her, like, what number I'm thinking for? Stuff to, like, not goals, but, like, incentives.
Incentives. That's a great word.
Gay incentives. With the boys.
Gay incentives.
Oh, by the way, new characters introduced in episode 4.
Oh, so a new boy?
The lady. Also in yaoi. Draws like, dojins.
She draws boy porn.
She draws manga. Yeah, they're not all porn. Main girl is a big fan of her work. They're friends. And she's the one that comes up, or no, through the boys come up with the idea of doing it. She ends up like, it's because they named her. I'll skip that so you can find out for yourself. But, because there's basically 2 of them, Kohai and Nanashima, bad boy and young boy.
Bad boy, spicy young boy.
Spicy young boy and bad boy walk into the room holding hands. She's just like,
what were they doing holding hands?
They were trying to incentivize her into losing weight. I see. But it's
so they all know at this point.
Yeah, they all eventually like, yeah, let's all do this for her because she actually wants to do it. It's not just them like forcing it on her. She's like, yeah. But like, there's like they just show like little clips of like them doing the stuff, and one of them is I think the senpai has to lick one of them or something. But he's just like going for it. Like he's not. Like the rest of them are like kind of like, ooh, we get to do all this stuff. And he's just like got his tongue out. He's all like funny looking character. I'll get about to look the person's face or whatever he's doing. Good times.
It's very funny that this is a show that we're both immediately just like, yeah, this sounds like something I want to watch.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic show.
It's yeah. From what I've seen, I agree.
Good one, yeah.
So that's something I'm gonna have to get caught up on.
Yep.
I just remembered another anime that I started, but I was only like half watching it. I don't remember when I was doing it. It was not Blood of Oars. It was Drifters, which seems a little bit cooler. It's got a very unique art style. It looks like Hellsing because it's made by the people who made Hellsing. I hear a lot of good things about it. However, even after watching episode 1, I wasn't engaged when I watched it, so I don't know a ton about it. The visual style, I haven't figured out if I like it or not. It's definitely unique, and it definitely stands out, and it's cool for that. Again, I just don't know how much it appeals to me. But I'm still feeling it, and it's about episode 1 at least is about a samurai, and he's involved in some wars going on, typical samurai battle stuff. And he is leading a charge against an enemy. It's a battle that he knows he can't win, but being a samurai, he's like, well, yeah, I'm going to let my uncle, who's important to the cause, he's going to escape, so that this cause will live to fight another day. I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to die, and it's going to be awesome, because that's what samurai are all about. So he does that, and he gets fucked up, but he is able to kill the enemy that he wants to kill, and he's like, yeah, alright, cool. Then he wanders off after he's impaled so many times, and so I was like, well, he's dead, obviously.
Yeah.
That's period. And he does die. Spoilers. A couple minutes later, he dies. The thing that I didn't understand though was how savagely he seems to be impaled, and then he walks away and dies. Like it seems like he walked for a while, and then finally collapsed and died. I'm like, how are you alive? So I was thinking this whole time because I didn't read the synopsis or anything. I'm thinking, this guy can't die,
Yeah.
Or he knows that, like if he died, he comes back, something like that. So he was able, something like that. No, the stab wounds just didn't kill him right away. It doesn't seem to serve any purpose. He just didn't die right away. Then he walks and then passes out. And he's like, "Oh, okay, whatever. I died for my cause. It's all good." And then he wakes up in another world, seemingly. It's almost like I'm in an RPG type thing. It's not, but when in like ReZero or not Sword Art, that doesn't sound the same thing. It's just like I've died. Or I've done this thing. I am in a fantasy world because he's just a typical samurai, but now he comes to this world where there's like elves. They're not called that, but these two young elves, they find him and they're like, oh, he's one of these people. We've seen them before, so they like patch him up and they take him to this place, and he runs into when he finally awakens. And the bulk of this episode is them figuring out what's going on. But he awakens in this other world finally after being healed up, and he is with two other famous people from history. One of them is obviously Nobunaga, who's just in everything. He thinks that he's been gone for a month. Because he's also in this world, he's also killed. Like in real life, he was killed.
Yeah.
But there's always, I guess, rumors that he didn't die because they didn't have his body, or maybe that was just added for the show. I don't know. But so Oda Nobunaga is
in there.
He has an eye patch. Looks like a pirate. He's kind of cool. But he's like, yeah, I've been gone for like a month. Like I need to get back and whatever. And the main character's like, no, you died 18 years ago, dude.
It's been a while.
Like, it's been a while, and he's like, oh, like, there's like they keep arguing about it, he's like, that's not true. Like,
yeah.
You're an idiot. And then he's like, yeah, also, Nobunaga, like, your son died, too. And so he's like, oh, fuck, I died before my son, what is all this stuff? And there's another guy there, I know he's also from history, but I didn't recognize his name.
Thor.
It was Thor.
God of
Thor, Odin's son, God of Thunder. So they're blending it with the Marvel universe. It's pretty cool.
Or Norse mythology.
Or Norse mythology. No, I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, but it's like, samurai essentially died and now they're in this other world, and I don't know how that continues on, but it's super, intense action when there is action, because not every scene was action. A lot of blood, it's very gory. Lots of heads getting cut off and stuff like that. It's cool. It's unique looking. Maybe not for everybody because of the visual style. I don't think it's that off-putting. But, I like samurai shit like that, so I'm going to keep watching it. I just hadn't fully dedicated myself to the first episode, so I couldn't, really dig down. Couldn't really get a taste of it yet.
That's not great.
I watched two other things.
Which is...
The first one...
Tell us what you remember.
No, it's this thing. I don't know. I've never heard of it. It's called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
No.
I finally decided I was gonna watch that now that it's back up on Crunchyroll.
Those in Funimation.
It might be, but it's on Crunchyroll. That's
Okay.
where I watched it in English.
No, it's
weirdly
not
enough.
Funimation.
So
Any place.
I don't know. It's what like, yeah, like of course, like everybody loves that show so much that what can I even say about it? That after only 2 episodes, what am I going to be able to say that somebody else hasn't already said who's like an actual fan of it? But years ago, when you were into Full Metal Alchemist, when we were in
The original one. Not
the original one when we were in
so.
middle school or early high school, whatever it was, I for whatever reason could never like get into it. I didn't like dislike it. I just was like not ever fully engaged in it because I borrowed the first 2 DVDs from you at some point.
Yeah, I think I have the 3 of them right
I
down
saw some of it on TV, you know.
there. Yep, 3 DVDs.
It didn't ever fully grab me. I didn't. Everybody loved it, but I was like, oh, I guess because there's probably no samurai swords.
Yeah, there was no Hawkeyes with big swords.
There's no Hawkeyes with big swords. That was the problem.
And he gets that little baby knife on the end of his arm.
It's cool, but now I'm like way more into it. I feel like my tastes have changed a little bit.
You don't just like Hawkeyes with big swords.
I don't
Hawkeyes
just like
with just Hawkeyes.
yeah, like braids. That's why I like Lara Croft so much. Watch the old Lara Croft. Yeah, I mean the show. It's just for some reason now is like calling to me. And as I watched the first 2 episodes, I immediately wanted to start episode 3. Me and Jess were watching it, but she was going to sleep. And I was like, you know what? Do you want to actually watch this with me going forward? She said yes. That was a huge shock that she said yes.
Also a huge mistake.
As much as
It's also a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Now you have to wait for her.
I know. As much as she loves anime, she's not into a lot of the same stuff I am. But
Yeah.
she was like, no, I'm totally on board for this. So that's cool. This storytelling of it, as simple as it is right now, the first 2 episodes, it's structured really, really well. And it throws you right into a conflict, not even with Ed and Al, the main characters. It's just like this other bad alchemist doing some bad things. Then they show up. Then the other alchemists show up. There's this whole conflict. And you're kind of embroiled in that for a little bit. You get tiny flashbacks. You learn who the...
Did you say tiny or tiny?
Tiny.
Okay.
With an N. Tiny flashbacks. And then it's the second episode that they really dig back and like show where, you know, how we got there. And maybe having the knowledge going in, because I had already seen a couple episodes of this, helped paint a better picture of the first episode. But I was like way into it. So like, yeah, I know who these boys are. I know how they get here.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me. Then I watched the first episode, and by then I felt, even as somebody who had already seen it, I felt ready to then hear how they got there. Oh, give me a refresher.
Yeah.
To
Like, I
know.
kind of remember some of it.
I want to know. And it was really sad.
Yeah,
Even though I knew it all.
It's a sad show.
It is, yeah. And I can feel that already. And I know the girl gets turned into a dog.
Yeah, by her
And
dad.
I've seen that episode twice. So
rough.
can't wait to see that for a 3rd time.
You haven't even gotten to some of the other side, so...
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of...
So it's a sad show. I mean,
Also
from
has
what I remember of the original, I know the Brotherhood's, like, more...
the same for a while, then I think
Well,
it goes.
it goes back to what the manga is.
It's got a stacked voice cast for the English dub. Like, Troy Baker is in there.
I'm not surprised.
And then, like, all of his friends, like Laura Bailey and Travis Willingham, all them.
Yeah, I mean, they all do anime.
Mhm.
Or did anime before they got big in the games.
Yeah. But,
Vic's still rocking it.
he's still rocking it.
I'm not going to try to pronounce his last
Me
name.
and Jess are trying to pronounce his name. And, like, I've heard it said so many times. Like, I know what his last name is. I can hear it in my head, but I can't make my mouth say it.
Yeah.
He's great, though. The whole cast is great. The show is great so far. I hope I can stick with it.
Everything's great.
Everything's great.
Great.
Because as much as I'm into Code Geass, which I was talking about before, I've only watched 1 episode since then.
Clearly not into it.
I like it, and I like it when I'm watching it.
Do you like it? Because you're not watching
But
it.
then I think too much about Gundam Seed.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
it looks
would be
exactly the same as Gundam Seed. So,
rough.
the last show, and I'm going to pull out my phone for this one, because I didn't want to screw it up. So I pulled up the synopsis of it.
Yeah.
In my head, I was running through, oh, I'll describe this to Steve, and you might already know what it is.
Sure.
But I figured for our readers' benefit, I will just read from the Wikipedia page. So this is from the Wikipedia page for Kimi ni Todoke. You know this?
I might.
From Me to You is the English title of it.
You might have even more.
So I'm going to read the plot from the Wikipedia page. It's not plagiarism because I'm saying I'm doing it. Alright?
I think they're still going to come after you.
So, Sawako Kuronuma, dubbed Sadako by her classmates for her resemblance to the character from The Ring.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, so she looks like, she was a nice girl, but she looks like the girl from The Ring.
Mm.
Like the horror movie. Sounds confusing.
Sure.
Okay, so Sadako, by her classmates who resembles the ring, has always been feared and misunderstood because of her appearance. Rumors around school report that she can see ghosts and curse people. However, despite her ominous appearance, she was actually a sweet and timid girl who only longs to be able to make friends and be liked by everyone else. When her idol, the popular boy Kazehaya, begins talking with her, everything changes. She finds herself in a new world, making new friends and talking to different people, and she can't thank Kazehaya enough for giving her these opportunities. Slowly but surely, a sweet love blossoms between the two as they overcome circumstances and obstacles that stand in their way. That's a great synopsis right there. So, and again, Jess was really into this, and I make her watch so many things that she doesn't really care about. So she was like, watch this show with me. We'll start from the beginning. Fine, okay. Great. It was a great call on her part, because I thought that the premise of her looking at the girl from the ring was funny, and obviously people freak out around her, but she's just so nice, but she just looks really, she'll try to smile, and she just, like, looks super creepy, and since she's so timid, she'll, like, stutter before she talks, and it ends up, like, she doesn't have the confidence to just say, hey, how you doing? So she just, or it's always, Ohio, but she can't just say good morning, so it's like, Ohio, like, she's just holding it back, and it sounds really weird. So everybody just misunderstands her. But this one boy, Kazehaya, she happened to see him on the first day of school. He was lost and didn't know where he was going, and she just very nicely said to him, oh, the school is this way.
Yeah.
But because she's just helping a stranger and not trying to get to know him, she was able to be her, like, normal, like, her true self for, like, a second. And he sees her, and he's like, that girl was great. She was so nice to me. And then she just goes off, and he just, when he meets her in school, everybody treats her like this, like, pariah. So, obviously, he's just nice to her. And it's funny that there's a little bit of a misunderstanding, even though she's able to, like, within the first episode, learn how to start speaking her mind. People don't always want to listen to her. But instead of being timid and too afraid to speak, she starts just speaking up for herself. And he's the first one to listen. But the thing is, he thinks that she has a crush on him. And he's like, I kind of have a crush on her. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, I kind of like her. She, like, makes me smile. She makes me happy. And people are mean to her, but, like, I like her. So he starts, like, hanging out with her. Being nice to her, but then she keeps saying how much she admires him, and, like, how happy she is that they're friends, and he's like, oh, no, like, I got the wrong idea, I thought this girl liked me, but she's just, like, but he still likes her, so he still wants to hang out with her. But within the first or second episode, they go to, they do, like, a bravery contest in the class, so they all go
Classic anime.
So they all go to the graveyard, but then she goes and then just pretends to be a ghost. She pretends to be the girl from the ring and just scares the shit out of everybody. So while the show is on one side, like, dealing with how to be yourself and how to, like, get along with other people, make friends and stuff like that. I think the normal, like, the sweet side of it, the more emotional drama side of it. On the other hand, it's like there's plenty of humor and gags and stuff like that. Within the first 2 episodes, she's made 2 other new friends who are just, like, one of them is super mean. Well, they're both, like, a little bit mean, like, bratty kind of girls. But one of them is just absolutely, like, crushed in her heart by girls who are pure. So every time Sadako says something really nice, the other girl just can't handle it, and, like, tears up, even though she was just making fun of her a second ago. She's like, you're so pure. And I think it always puts kanji up on the screen. It's like honor, obligation, and, like, righteousness. Those were not the correct words, but it just always will put these things and it does the dum dum woo with those, like, ancient Japanese things. Every time that, like, she's like, oh, we were mean to this girl, but then she did something nice for us, so we have to pay her the favor back. And then the girl will pay the favor back, and she's like, now we have to pay her back for that. So it's just this constant thing. It's like this girl who's kind of a bratty high school girl, but also, like, has the spirit of a samurai. So it's just, so far, a great cast of characters. I know the manga is at least 26 volumes long. It's a hefty series, so that's cool. And that was the last new anime I watched, I believe.
It's cool. Yeah, I haven't really watched. I watched Izetta, which is still going.
I watched a little bit more of that too. Yeah.
I'm still, like, waiting for something big to happen. They were teasing some stuff in the latest episode, and I was, I'm excited. And then it was like, they go to do this thing. The Germanians, whatever they are, the Germans. And I was like, like, this is good. This is getting good. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And then they cut away, and then, like, the episode ended, and I was like, you're teasing.
Are they 6 episodes or 7 episodes in?
I think 7 will be Saturday.
I can't believe it's been 7 weeks.
I think
since the anime season started.
And, yeah, because that Kiss Him or Not Me, I think, are around the same. They both come out on Saturdays, and I think they're both the same number. I could be wrong, though. I could be lying to you.
Okay.
Might actually be 6 for Izetta and 7 for Kiss Him Not Me.
I think I'm only on episode 4 of Izetta, so that doesn't help. That doesn't help your calculation.
I can find out.
Has there been any like I don't want to say greater plot because of course the plot.
Yeah,
is already...
there's more. There's like been some stuff.
Has magic played into it anymore? Because I did see the scene that you were describing where she shoots all the swords at the tanks and then throws the tanks. I don't understand how it worked either, but it was cool looking. Just raining swords on people.
Okay, I've been way off. So Izetta going to be number 7 on Saturday.
Okay.
Kiss Him Not Me is going to be number 6 on Saturday.
Okay.
So I flipped them.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, there hasn't been anything like. I can't really say much about spoiling it. There hasn't been anything like extra plot heavy. It's still just like, the Germans
are doing bad things and the other guys are trying to fight back against them?
Yeah, basically. The Germans are like, oh, we're
Do you see any of that like supernatural stuff building in the background at all? Or is it just Izetta so far?
Just Izetta so far.
Okay.
Nothing. I mean, there's like plot about like, how the witches have powers and stuff like that, but it's not like
tonally. How is it stayed consistent? Because I feel like the first episode was serious enough.
It goes back and forth. It's one of those shows where it's like got some serious ones and then like the goofy, like, oh hey, let's go.
How's Fine Hime, the princess?
I mean, no one calls her Fine Hime.
I do.
It's Hime-sama.
I know.
And she's the Archduchess. So
it rhymes. So
spoiler, I guess. My bad. I didn't realize it when I said it. She's fine.
Because I liked her a lot in the first episode. I thought she was very strong.
She's basically the same.
Okay.
Pretty much the same.
Izetta seems cool. She seems fun.
Yeah, they're all good.
She's plucky.
There's good stuff happening. They have their little shenanigans.
Cool.
Like I said, I don't really want to spoil because it's more of a show where it's like, you can't spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Like with Kiss Him Not Me, if I say like,
this
she gains weight and this joke happens, it's not as funny as when you actually see it.
Yeah.
This is like if I was like, Izetta murders 15 dudes, you'd be like, what? It doesn't happen. That was just an example.
Pretty good.
You would be like, great, you ruined that point for me. Now I know that happens there. From just like, hey, in episode 5 of Kiss Him Not Me, she gains a bunch of weight. You're like, how?
You're
why?
like, same.
I can't wait to see it. It's funny. And then, other than that, I watched, because I sent you that GIF of, or even if I watched Yuri again. Sorry, episode 1.
Yuri?
Yuri.
Okay.
It's just like one of those, like, it's kind of similar to Nichijou. Not exactly, but like, they're both just like weird, goofy comedies about like girls.
Like weird, goofy comedies about girls. Fine.
It's like, Kyoko is the blonde girl, I think is the guy who's just like mad goofy. But they're all like, I think the Yuri part is because they're all like kind of gay for one another. They're a little bit gay for each other. That seems to be a running theme.
You were touching my knee earlier.
It's true. I was touching right now.
Okay.
You probably heard that. It's
good. I hope you did.
It's just like a funny, goofy show. And I watched the first 2 seasons, and then...
Where is that?
It's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, cool.
I wasn't sure, and I looked up, and I was like, oh my god, I'm totally rewatching it. So I sent you that GIF, and I was like, that show was really funny, and I'm pretty sure there was a 3rd season at some point, but I never watched it.
Yuri.
Yuri.
Okay.
Y-U-R-U. Y-U-R-I. One word.
Y-R-I what?
I don't know, why are you? That's not even part of it. Yeah, it's just funny. It's just like, first episode just starts with like, there's like the main girl who's like, I always say she's the main character, but they always make jokes about how like, she's not in it a lot, or she has like no presence. That's a big part of the first episode.
Okay.
Cause like, she like wakes up late, her friends are like, hey, like, you're gonna be late for school, come on. Runs downstairs, she's in her like her normal clothes, and they're like,
Same.
What are you doing, kid? Like, you're in middle school now. You gotta wear your uniform. She's like, oh no! Runs upstairs. And then, this shenanigans, one of my favorite parts of the show, which isn't spoiled because it happens in the first episode, is that main girl, Akane, she has an older sister, who looks just like her, but with longer hair, and her eyes are always closed.
Same.
But she's not in the first episode. She doesn't show up until later. But, she's, like, creepily obsessed with her younger sister.
Nice.
Like, she, like, Kyoko, the blonde girl, it's just, like, sees the sister's room, and she's like, it has a enter sign. Like, I'm gonna go in there and see what's up. And she just, like, swings the door open, and it's just, like, walls and the ceiling are just covered in pictures of Akane. And then she's got a body pillow of Akane with kiss marks all over the mouth.
She wants to kiss her little sister?
She wants to do more than that.
It's very creepy.
And,
it's a bunch of fans.
And then she looks down, and then she remembers this conversation she had with Akane. Akane is like, oh, lately my panties have been going missing. And she's like, hey, like I just lost like my crab ones. And she looks down, and then there's just like a pair of crab panties on the ground. And she's just like, and then she just closes the door, and it's just like, hey, Akane, have you ever been to your sister's room? She's like, no, she stopped letting me go in there recently. She's like, good. You don't want to go in there.
It's messed up. I thought it was going to be like in Haganai when the ball girl Senna and Yozuru, the other main character, they both like hate each other and they fight constantly. They don't think they're friends, even though they actually are friends.
Yeah.
And the main character finally goes into Senna's bedroom. And it's like,
it's
setting up all this kind of like fan service thing, like, ooh, like you almost just saw her naked a minute ago, now the boy's going into your room. You're like, oh, what's going to happen here? And then he goes in there and he sees that Senna just has pictures of Yozuru, the other girl, all over her walls, including right above her bed. So when she sleeps, she just looks up at pictures of her. He's like, where did you get all of these? And why are you taking all of these pictures of her?
It's supposed to be funny. It's not like, she's obviously, like, I'm pretty sure even later on, the older sister is dating one of the other girl's sisters. But she's still just, like, weirdly upset. Like, she doesn't do anything. I mean, she does weird stuff with she just wears the panties on her head. And I'm pretty sure she puts a pair on the,
it's like oolong.
On the pillow's head, too. There's, like, a scene, there might be the second season, I remember, where she's just, like, sitting on the couch with it, and they're both wearing panties on their head, and then Akane comes home, she's like, oh, and, like, throws the body pillow and, like, takes the panties off.
I will never understand Japan.
It's funny, though. It's a funny show.
It sounds funny. It's very funny.
And they have, like, their whole thing is they have, like, there's a tea club at school, but then the tea club got disbanded because no one joined it. So because the two other girls are a year older than Akane, they made the, like, amusement club, which basically just, they hang out there after school, like, during breaks. And they still technically counts as, like, a club, cause whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just them, like, hanging out. Being goofy. And then there's the, student council president, who is, like, kind of in love with Kyoko, but also hates her.
Typical.
She's, like, constantly just, like, breaking the rules, and she's just like, Ugh. And then there's her assistant, who takes her glasses off, and then just fantasizes about Yuri, and just gets nosebleeds. And, like, she's not into girls herself, she's into girls liking other girls.
I see. A lot of that going around.
It's real funny. It
sounds funny.
Real goofy.
Do you want to, unless you have something else you want to talk about, do you want to talk about your recommendation for this week?
I don't have one. No, I don't.
You keep saying that, but I didn't know if you actually had one.
You know, besides Kiss Him Not Me, which everyone should watch.
Right.
And Nozaki-kun, which we've already done.
Nozaki-kun is a favorite around here.
I know, we've already talked about those to death.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think, cause I don't know, what should I... So it wasn't that I didn't have one, it was I was thinking of too many.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
yeah,
which one which one? And I'm still trying to decide, because I was going to go with Seitokai Yakuindo, but that's also kind of in the vein of the comedy.
Okay.
Do we go that, or do we go something serious? What do you think?
Serious. I think you should go serious. We've done a lot of comedy this episode. You want to start off with mine?
Yeah, go with yours.
So I'm doing a manga recommendation this week.
Yeah.
Now, this might seem like a pretty obvious choice, and I've talked about it a couple times, but I want to recommend the Dragon Ball manga. Because, like me, I'm sure plenty of people watched that show, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. I have more memories of Dragon Ball Z, even though I did watch Dragon Ball. That was the first anime I ever saw. But reading it has been, like, really interesting, because I feel like I have my memories of it, and then looking at what it actually is totally different.
Yeah.
And like some of the stuff lines up, but like it's just.
So you know how different the manga is from the anime too.
Yeah, it's so goofy.
It's super goofy.
It's like Akira Toriyama's #1 goal is to be funny in every situation of it. And I'm wondering, because again, I'm reading the Dragon Ball manga. I've made videos about it on my YouTube channel. Nobody's watching them, so if you like Dragon Ball, go ahead and check that out. But they're so, I don't know how it will be in Dragon Ball Z, but the first, 7 volumes of Dragon Ball, it's just all about the gags.
I mean, a bunch of Dragon Ball Z, the anime is just all gags.
Yeah. But there's no filler in the manga. It's 42 volumes from the beginning of Dragon Ball to the end of Dragon Ball Z. And at least as far as I've heard some people say that this is an abridged version, but I don't know the context of that. I don't see anything missing. I just see that it progresses quickly.
Maybe that might be what it is.
Yeah.
It'd just be like, cuts out all the filler crap.
Because we went through, looking for the Dragon Balls, and then turning into the Great Ape, and then training with Master Roshi, and doing the fighting tournament, and then heading off again to fight the Red Ribbon Army as he collects more Dragon Balls. It's just so many things happening. It's just like adventure after adventure. And Toriyama said that he only wanted 10 volumes, and then it became... the original run of Dragon Ball was just 16, and then 42 if you count Dragon Ball Z after that. But yeah, it surprised me. As I was getting back into DBZ and thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go all the way back, and if I enjoy Dragon Ball, Because it really is different from what I remember. When I picture Dragon Ball Z, I picture Goku and Vegeta fighting Boo, or, Gohan killing Cell, or, fighting Frieza, just like these big, awesome moments. I don't remember, like, the little stuff. And Dragon Ball is a lot more of the little stuff. It's just like somebody being mean. It's because it's little Goku. He sees little peeper all the time.
All the time.
It's just like somebody will be mean to Goku.
They're always funny looking.
Or like hit him or something, and he's just like, "Hey, you almost hurt me," because he's just so naive all the time.
Yeah.
And then somebody will do something again, and he's like, "All right, that's it." But he's Goku, so even as like a little kid, he's still like crushing people with hits. He's still Saiyan.
Powerful flying Nimbus.
Yeah. But it's like
the tail.
Totally worth reading. Dude, when he loses his tail and Yamcha cuts his tail off for the first time, he turns back into a little boy, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?" Nate's like, "Oh, some stuff happened." He's like, "Hey, I lost my tail." "Oh, I gotta go get my power pole. I left it back in the ruins over there." He just like run off, and he just keeps falling over because he's not used to running around without a tail.
He's on the balance.
Yeah, and it's like the only reason that he forgot his pole was so that Akira Toriyama could have him run away, fall down, and then just like run back, fall down, and stand up, fall down again. Like he's just like, "Well, this is weird. What's happening?" And he just keeps trying to run. He doesn't stop like pat his butt. He'll just stand up and then keep running and then fall again. And it's that kind of thing that like really took me back or surprised me. It did take me back actually. Because then when I really think about it, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of how Dragon Ball was.
Yeah,
I remember a really short period of time where I don't remember when it was. It must have been after Goku had gone Super Saiyan. It was at a point when Dragon Ball Z was on every day after school, and Dragon Ball started airing. And I remember being more excited to watch Dragon Ball than Dragon Ball Z. They were on back to back, and just for whatever reason, I like got more into like the adventures of Kid Goku and Bulma and all them.
It's also probably just we were kids at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're like, oh, that relates to me more.
But that's my recommendation if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, which good chance you are. There's also probably a good chance that you haven't read the manga, because I hadn't.
Yeah, I haven't, but
yeah,
I hate Dragon Ball.
So it's worth checking out if that's something like an interest you currently have. Especially with Dragon Ball Super coming over finally, and that manga is getting published.
I'm sure they'll be on Adult Swim, Toonami, whatever they do now.
Yeah, that would make sense.
They're always they're always big Dragon Ball believers,
believers,
if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, Dragon Ball's a lot of fun. It's fun to see Yamcha still getting his ass kicked, even way at the beginning.
So it's Wolfang first, which I don't know if he ever pulls off, really.
He's like, I remember Goku being like, "Oh, that guy's pretty strong," but he fights in like the Tenkaichi Budokai first like tournament battle thing.
Yeah.
Where Master Roshi enters the tournament as Jackie Chun. He's just him wearing a wig. And everybody's like, this dude seems familiar. Yamcha's like so sure that it's Master Roshi. So Master Roshi pays one of the other contestants to dress up as him in the audience. And he's like, Yamcha, look, Roshi's out there. That's not me. I'm Jackie Chun. And Goku's like, he keeps like sniffing him out. He's like, I'm pretty sure that's Master Roshi. Like, we just spent 8 months living with this guy. Kind of sure that's him.
Nope.
But they show up. Master Roshi makes Goku and Krillin put on suits and wear sunglasses when they go to the tournament. It's just so many little things like that like have just been totally like lost to time. And for me, anyway, as a Dragon Ball fan, like that's not stuff I would think about when I thought about Dragon Ball. And it's just fantastic in many, many ways. And like when we did like a little short DBZ episode of Chomp Chain.
Yeah. Like
forever ago, like when 1 week we didn't have an actual episode to release. And Joe talked about how he liked Garen.
Yeah.
Like, and he described Garen, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. But sure enough, you get to the fighting tournament, and it's Goku, Krillin, Jackie Chun, Yamcha's in there, and it's supposed to be like the 8 strongest in the world, the 8 strongest people who tried out for this. Yeah. And then you have Namu, who is kind of like a Buddhist monk type fella. He lives in the desert. He just wants to do good by his village, you know.
I'm pretty sure Joe nailed exactly 100%.
You have this girl. I don't really remember her situation, but she basically is trying to like use her sexuality to beat people. But Namu isn't having none of that. And then you have Garen, who's a fucking flying dinosaur.
Yeah, he sure is.
He's just a huge flying dinosaur monster. And he like spits, he like shoots like a spitball at Goku that like wraps him up, and like that's his special move, like that's why he's so strong. And so Goku's just like stuck in this guy's saliva and trying to get out. It's just like that is what the fighting tournament is.
Yeah, imagine going to see that. Imagine being like, hey, there's a martial arts tournament in town. You want to go watch? Like, yeah, let's get some tickets. Let's go. It's gonna be sick.
Like, what are those little kids doing in here? That's crazy.
Like, there's a old man in a wig, 2 little kids, a dude with a mullet, a lady, a monk, and then a dinosaur. Yeah, no,
a flying dinosaur.
Flying dinosaur.
Because it's not like he's a pterodactyl. He's like a dinosaur, but then also has wings.
Is he a dragon then?
I guess he might be a dragon. You know, I feel like dinosaur just feels right.
Feels better?
It feels better. He's a dinosaur with wings. It's different. I mean, yeah, he probably is a dragon, especially since he spits stuff out.
Dinosaurs probably spit too.
And then, of course, while Goku battles Jackie Chun, he's matching them, like, blow for blow, and they can both do the Kamehameha wave, and Jackie Chan's like, whoa, he's not supposed to be able to do that. It took me 50 years to learn that. Because Goku's just, you know, he's the man, he's the little guy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
But then he accidentally sees the moon and turns into the Great Ape again. Because, like, the issue before, Toriyama was like, yeah, I want that to happen. Goku grows his tail back.
Yeah.
Like, just, well, he just has his tail
Well, it makes sense, because they're all like,
yeah.
they don't age.
And that does happen through, like, Gohan will get his tail back.
It
happens
very
again.
slowly.
They permanently lose them at some point. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's some way that they, like, get rid of them.
But
when it wasn't, like, fun and had them turn into giant apes, they're
Yamcha tries to cut the tail off again.
Yeah.
But he can't do it. Shit's going too crazy. So Jackie Chun is like, yo fam, I got this one. Don't worry about it. And then he fucking Kamehas the moon. Just out of nowhere. It's like, this is the appropriate way to handle this situation. Don't subdue the great ape, because he's the strongest human alive. Master Roshi's the strongest human.
Yeah.
He can handle the situation. But instead of that, or instead of Yamcha being like, yo, old dude, like, we'll cut the tail off, that's what worked last time. Nope. He's just like, I got this. Kamehame. Goodbye, moon. Destroys the moon. Everything's fine.
Yeah. No.
There's no asteroids. The tides are fine. The Earth isn't all like, excuse, fuck. And then they just continue their battle. But he's naked, so Krillin has to give him clothes.
Yeah, of course.
Krillin's second strongest human. Fact.
Is he?
Fact. Who else is stronger than Krillin? Other than Master Roshi.
What's his name? The guy with the eye. Ball guy.
Tien?
Yeah.
Tien might, well...
Tien beat the bad guy to Goku at one point?
He does, in Dragon Ball. But I think, like later on, Krillin is probably stronger. Because Krillin goes toe-to-toe with some of, like, the androids and stuff.
That's true.
I don't know if Tien ever does. I'll let you know.
Alright, let me know.
As I read through, I'll let you know who's strongest.
The only thing I can remember is just that, like, I always see, like, gif of him just, like, wailing on Goku into the wall.
Yeah.
It's just, like,
I always forget that Tien is also part of Dragon Ball. So is Piccolo.
It looks so brutal when he's just, like, smacking a kid who's, like, this big compared to him.
Because Goku takes a long time to grow up.
Yeah, he does.
He's a very small boy for a very long time. So, if you like that, let me plug my videos again. YouTube.com/CrimsonKimo18 for now, or just, look around. Because I made videos about it. I want people to watch them so that I have a reason to keep doing them. Because nobody's really watching them. And they take a long time to make. Anyway.
Well, that's
my manga recommendation for this week, Dragon Ball. You can buy them in collected volumes. It's like 3 per book. So, or I'm sure they're available places. Do your thing.
I think it's popular enough that you're not going to have problems finding it.
Do your thing. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
Probably watch it now, so you probably read a Crunchyroll. I was just watching a Crunchyroll. Maybe not.
I don't know where, Dragon Ball must be on Funimation or something. I actually have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just like, everyone has it, we don't need to put it on.
Yeah, it's been around.
Or it's all on Netflix. Yeah, it must be on Funimation. Or Funimation put it out?
Yeah, I mean, I think they have the rights to all that stuff. They have Dragon Ball Z. And they did GT.
Podcasts about this stuff.
We do, we should know. I was like, I love it, too. Anyway, so what's your anime recommendation for this week?
I'm gonna go with
Thought of one?
I've had a couple. I was just trying to decide, alright?
Okay.
Could go with the obvious one. We talk about a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna go with Psychopaths.
Oh, Psychopaths. I've been meaning to, really dig into that. I want to see episodes.
I need to rewatch it then, because the second season came out a year or two ago.
They made that game, too?
Yeah, which I think is like in the middle of them or something. It's something weird.
I like the name of the game. It's Psychopaths Mandatory Happiness.
Well, it's because the whole plot of Psychopaths is that the government monitors your brain happiness levels, brain activity, something like that. And if you go too crazy, you get bipped.
You get bipped. You get bopped. You get booped.
It depends. If you're going to do something like a non-violent crime, you get stunned and then put in jail, and then you're a criminal forever, and there's no coming back from that.
Oh
wow. If you're gonna do something like murder somebody, you get killed. And it's brutal. They got the sick guns that they have.
Those are very cool guns
in real life, and I want one so bad, but they're $700, and you pull the trigger and it
transforms. And
it transforms it opens up a little bit, and then it's the stun gun, and then it gets huge and blows people to pieces.
So in the first episode, there's an actual gunfight going on, or some sort of fight happening, right?
I think so. It's been a while since I've watched this.
So obviously, violent crimes still happen.
Yeah, I mean you still can, but it's just if the government or the certain there is a name for them and I can't remember. because it's been so long since I watched
Psychos.
it. The psychos get you. There's like the police who have the special guns, and they usually have like a criminal with them to be like, you know, if they have to do the really dirty stuff, the criminal does it, so you don't mess up your mental state.
Got you.
Because if your mental state gets too bad, even if you're a police officer, you're done.
Oh wow.
You're done. Like, you're going to jail or whatever. So, you know, they usually have like the criminal who has like the gun. It's like, oh, I'm gonna murder you. So, boom. It doesn't matter if my mental state's bad. It's already bad.
Yeah, true.
It's a good show though.
I've always meant to watch
recommend
Psychopaths.
It's on Netflix, and
It is on
maybe
Netflix.
somewhere else.
It's also on Funimation.
Yep. I don't know how the dub is. I've only watched the subs.
That was fine. It didn't bother me, but again, I've only seen one
I
episode.
don't know how the second season is. I assume just as good. I think it's like plus or something.
I've heard that it's not as good, but people still like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the first season had a really good villain.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like shocking stuff that happened in it that I was just like,
The first season is 12 episodes. It was good, like sci-fi.
yeah,
Sci-fi
good
thriller.
sci-fi, huge sci-fi thriller.
Great, good villains. That's
Right.
important.
It's got a good villain. It's got a lot of stuff that I was just like, I was not expecting that to happen. Like, I was just like, wow. Like, I did not predict this scene happening the way it did.
Cool.
It's real gory, though, so
I'm down
keep
for
your
that.
head... I know, but some people aren't into that.
Some
If
of
you're
these
not into
noobs
it,
can't hang with it.
if you're not into gore, there is some when people's limbs bubble and explode.
The two main characters are the ones like the girl and the
I mean,
guy.
there's a bunch of men. There's like the whole like
The whole, like,
unit.
department?
It's kind of like Ghost in the Shell, where it's like
reminds me of that.
there's
a
that
lot.
whole unit that's important, but like kind of like how Major and Bato, even though Bato's he's fairly important. They're like the main two, and then like there's everybody else who's still important. And he gets a bunch of screen time, but it's more really about. I guess those two are the main characters. I'm saying the girl is like the main,
Mhm.
and then you got
She's the new guy, right?
she's the protagonist. Other dude's the deuteragonist, or how you pronounce
The
that word.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say, basically.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's like new to the
Yeah, she
force.
just joins. She's all little. She's got a weird face, which always bugged me.
She does have a weird face.
I
That's
don't
the first
know.
thing I noticed in the first episode. She's drawn a little bit weird.
Yeah, she looks like different than everybody else, but like you get used to it. But it's just like one of those things where you're like, why does she look weird?
Maybe it's supposed to make her stand out as looking like softer, kind of, because she's a rookie. I don't know.
They're little rookies. Other people look
Artists,
soft.
am I right?
True. That's true.
That's a good rec. I
Recommendation.
really need to check that out. I was thinking, because I was just on vacation, that I should find some show and just like binge the entirety of it. But I keep picking long shows.
Yeah, that's a
Or
good.
shows that aren't finished yet.
I was gonna do Kyoko. You can't watch Kyoko anywhere. I fucking love Kyoko.
It's bastards. What about Daisuke? That other random streaming service that nobody knows about.
Maybe it's on there. I don't know. I don't know.
No one knows.
I mean, it doesn't have like an English release, so.
Oh, I see. That's the thing, but why is Nichijou? It doesn't matter. I guess that covers it for this episode, right?
Sure does.
That's what we've been watching. Next week, I'm going to come packed with the news. I'm going to come packed with another recommendation. I guess I'll do anime, you do manga, maybe?
Yeah.
Switch off?
Maybe we'll talk about Ruby.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm so bad at pulling this stuff.
Ruby's right here next to me.
I know, but then there's all of them up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I try to do that, but I always go this way.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no. Oh.
I'm confused, too. It's fine. It's not important. Thank you for listening.
That's also on your shirt.
That is, I have a Miyazaki movie shirt on with some fun small characters on it. That's
Chibi characters.
some from the chibi characters. It's just information for you. Again, thank you for listening. I'm Chris. That's Steve.
We're underwater.
We're underwater. We'll work on our sound quality.
Yeah, maybe we'll use the mic next time.
But we were filming some other stuff beforehand.
Some spooky stuff.
Some spooky stuff.
Maybe.
Who knows? Cool. You follow us on Twitter, Shonen Chomp. I'm guessing this will still be released via Chomp Chain Podcast.
Well, if it isn't, we'll tweet about it.
If it isn't, we'll tweet about it.
Which will be too late for this, because if we put this up on our own thing, this will be irrelevant.
Well, if somebody's looking at the YouTube video, you never know. Okay,
That's
whatever.
true.
Subscribe on YouTube, too, if you can. Even if you don't like YouTube, just do it anyway to be our friends.
Mm.
Okay. You get to see us hang out. I play with my hair a lot.
Yeah.
I look directly into the camera.
Me too. I'm
directly at
I'm
myself.
watching it, yeah.
We watch
We
ourselves.
should probably be looking at each other.
Hey, man, so I heard about anime. Did you?
No.
Okay, so you got time?
I guess some time.
It's Japanese cartoons.
We're only 54 minutes in. Let's go.
It's Japanese cartoons. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Next week, we're starting the weekly hentai watching
Oh,
party.
yeah!
We'll be
Watch
streaming
party.
that. We have to find a streaming source that will allow hentai,
Mm-hmm.
but
Not Pornhub.
I don't think you can stream a porn, can you?
I don't know.
Maybe we should be looking into that.
Maybe we should be looking into this. Maybe cam girls. Cool. See you later.
Bye.